Everyone wanted to see Chill Bill. Check it out. This is how I made my Chill Bill custom trap. He aims to freeze.
I aim to freeze. Whoa.
I'm going to show you how I 3D modeled it, sculpted it in ZBrush, 3D printed it, and then finished the paint to create a full functioning Chill Bill custom trap. Less than 20% of viewers are subscribed, so hit that button. Here's everything I used to make it, and you can download yours for free on Thingiverse. Check it out. My wife took these awesome pictures with all of the traps that I've made, as well as my trap holder. You can see those in other videos as well. But today is about Chill Bill. Let's go. I started with a basic sphere and cylindrical shapes. You can see I'm building out the body with the sphere and then the cylinders for the legs with little cones coming off of it. You can see I'm kind of building out the arms just from a basic cube, and then extruding a lot of the fingers, and I actually duplicated the fingers just to reuse them, and then change the size a little bit. I extruded the nose from the main body and things like that, and then put some eyes in it, really just to get some basic shapes before I move on to the next steps. Here he is before I start sculpting him in ZBrush. Here he is imported into ZBrush. You can see I start at really low detail to get the really chunky shapes, the base features of everything that you need before going into detail. You'll also notice that I'm modeling him in a T-pose so that I can pose him later, because I haven't quite decided at this point what pose he's actually going to be in. I worked really hard to give a fabric look to these wraps that are around his hands. It took a while and a lot of back and forth to really get what I wanted with it. Then I started modeling the weapons on a live stream with a lot of awesome viewers like you watching now. What's up, Pro Tyler? How's it going? Yeah, I think I'm gonna basically do a pose like this because I like the action shot of him having the gun, and I like that facial expression where he's just kind of looking down like that. So right off the bat, I'm gonna do the smooth mode on this, and then I'm gonna give an edge loop at the top, edge loop at the bottom so we get that hard edge again. In ZBrush I worked really hard to sculpt in that wood shape that looked natural but was still stylized. I really like the look of like Hercules and Skylanders, those kind of swirly lines and things, so I tried to give it a lot of that DNA here. And then I started to pose him. You can see in ZBrush I'm selecting different parts of the model, rotating things, moving things to try to give him a dynamic pose that'll look really interesting instead of just standing in a T-pose or something. This part actually took a good amount of time, and my viewers were very patient. They definitely helped me through it because this is one of my least favorite parts about sculpting, the posing. Ugh. If you've seen my other videos, you know this process pretty well. Slice it in Cheetah Box, then print it on my Elegoo Saturn. Comes out with all these supports that we need to break off. So check out this time lapse. Free of his constraints, he's now ready to be cleaned off. I wipe him off first and then use some isopropyl alcohol, 91%, and brush off all the extra gunk. Then I use this fan that kind of blows all the excess alcohol off so it doesn't pool up anywhere, because sometimes that can affect my 3D prints. There's a link in the description for that item. Then I cure him in the UV curing machine, and it's time for the next step, painting. I started with a base gray, something dark to get in all the cracks and everything. There's a hint of blue in it too. Then I used a lighter blue to go over with a base color over the whole body. You'll see I mixed a little bit of white and even some gray primer in to try to match the color that I wanted to start with. Then I used some brown from Citadel to start on his gun and certain parts of his belt. Then I started going over with some brighter blues to start bringing out different values, mostly from the top, where the lighting might be coming down on a sunny day or something, while leaving darker areas down beneath. You don't see a lot yet, but it's going to come out soon, layer by layer. Then I used some purple for his shirt and his gloves. Came out pretty good. Trying to keep those lines really clean. Then some silver for his gun. And little yellow parts, I don't even know what these are. Just circle designs on his pants and his arms. Same yellow color for his irises. And then I decided to put a wash over the whole thing to really bring out the details, because I put a lot of crevices in this model that weren't really showing up with the regular paint job. So what a wash does is it goes into all the corners, and when you wipe it away, only the corners are left. Almost like an ambient occlusion, that's a 3D term, real life ambient occlusion. Then I went over with brighter colors on top of everything to really make it pop. Here I'm dry brushing some lighter colors on the shirt. And then on the wood, you can see how it really brings out those details once you're hitting just the edges of the model. And then some metallic copper for his little backpack. And tiny, tiny black dot for the pupils. I had to do that over and over again. Also dry brushed a little bit on the ice to bring out the edges. Then it was time to put it all together. Use this water trap and this dremel, again link in the description where you can buy it. It's a pretty good dremel, but the bit wasn't big enough, so you'll see in a moment. I had to take the rest to a saw and manually try to get it off. I need some bigger saw blades for the dremel for these traps, unfortunately. But this worked. Then I used some Gorilla brand super glue. Not too much, not so much that it spills out. Just enough to get it stuck in there and stay permanently. Then I went on the live stream and tried to trap him. A lot of people joined me. Check out the shoutouts. I'm here with a lot of great people. We got Yarn Yoshi World, Average Alien who cosplays, Avocado, Highwell Plays, Axtro. Earlier in here we had Pro Tyler, and he kept leaving and then coming back, so I expect him to be back. He said he finally went to sleep, but we'll see. We had Bass Straw. We had Animatronic Entertainment Fan hanging out. I think I said Avocado already. Diddy Tacos. Lots of good input from everybody while we were working on this. Sedme. Sedme's a new viewer who joined in. Yeah, Grenade. Grenade stopped by. I didn't even see a gate. Oh.
Freeze! Freeze!
Ah. Grab the key, then use the key to get them out.
Freeze.
Oh! It's Chill Bill!
Chill Bill.
Let's go! And we're gonna switch to Bone Chompy. See if I can trap him. Yeah. Oh, Bone Chompy is good. It was that easy.
Chill
It was that
Bill
easy.
Defeated.
He aimed to freeze.
Put a water trap in the portal to trap this villain.
What will become of Chill Bill?
I don't know what will happen of Chill Bill. So, as of tonight, we haven't finished it. We were sculpting it tonight, but we're getting the footage tonight. So here it is in a regular water trap. And then once I actually make the figure, then it will go in. Here's, I don't know if you guys can hear him.
I am now the one frozen. I do not appreciate this irony.
Chill Bill trapped.
Chill Bill is so cool. And here's the final result.
I aim to freeze. Whoa!
Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.